The most important command you will ever teach your dog is the attention command. If you cannot get your dog's attention, you're not going to be able to get them to do anything else. So the behavior we look for with the attention command is that the dog turns their head towards us. They don't need to make eye contact. That's not comfortable for a lot of dogs. They do need to look our way. The word we use for the attention command, are you ready for this? Is the dog's name. Betty, yes. So to practice this, we're going to charge the name by just saying her name in your reward tone, and when she looks at you, mark yes and feed a treat.
Betty. Yes.
Betty. Yes. Look, she turned away from Salmon to respond to her name.
Yes.
Notice we say yes right when she orients. We're rewarding the decision to come, not actually doing it. Betty. Don't give it to her. Betty. Yes.
Betty. Yes.
Okay, so when Betty jumps up on us for food or attention, rather than turning our back, we're actually going to step into her space. That's how dogs tell each other that they own something. So that's how we say we own that space and we own our body. We're not going to give it to her or move back and give way to the space. Okay, go ahead and stop it. Okay, so when all training is communicating with your dog. So we're going to be teaching Betty first our word that means she did something right. And that's different than good boy or good girl and good dog. We want a very distinct, specific sound that marks to her that she got it right. That's our very most foundational communication. It is called a correct marker. We're going to use the word yes. And to teach her, we're going to associate that word with food. Yes. And all we're going to do is say yes and feed multiple times. So this is a great one to practice with her at home. You can't do this too much. Yes. So you can use her kibble or her food. Yes. Okay, go ahead and stop it. Okay, the next foundation and focus and attention, which is what we're going to need in the challenging situations like the dog park, is teaching your dog to follow a lure. We're going to take a piece of food in between our thumb and forefinger. We're going to put it right in front of the dog's nose and just teach them to follow it. Do quick direction changes, zip every direction. This in and of itself builds focus, and then we can use our hands to teach them other commands. So your food is like your magnet, and you can play this with her for hours. It'll build a lot of drive and focus towards you, gets her exercise, and it's a fun, easy training game for the humans that goes a long way. Okay, go ahead and stop. Okay, this game is to teach us how to use our correct feedback word, our release word, and our command word, and help build Betty's focus on us. This is not easy for a beagle. They're very environmentally focused. But I am using kind of smelly treats. It's salmon, so that's helping her focus on me versus the environment. All you're gonna do is set a timer for 2 minutes or play a 2-minute song that you like. I'm gonna have her sit, mark yes, correct, that she did it correctly, and then release her. We're going to do that over and over again. It sounds boring, and it kind of is, but you keeping your mental focus on her that long is really good, and her focusing on you that long is really good. Then ultimately, we want her to be able to sit anytime, any place, because she can't leash lunge and sit at the same time. She can't jump on people and sit at the same time. So we want to be able to put her in a sit anytime, and this is great practice for that. Okay, sit. Yes. Okay. Betty, sit. Yes. Okay. Betty, sit. Yes. Okay. Notice I'm tossing the cookie that when I release her, so she starts to learn that okay means you can get up. Okay. Okay. So when you teach the dog the down command, what we're going to do is take our food lure, and we're gonna first say, Betty, sit. Yes. Mark, yes. We're chaining commands together. If you just say sit and then down, she's gonna get confused. And we're gonna take our food lure, our magnet, move it with the plane of her nose. Yes. And smart, use our yes marker. Once she's in the down. Betty, sit. Yes. Almost. Sit. Yes, good girl. Okay. Once she's doing it pretty reliably, we're gonna add the word down. Ready, sit. Yes, down. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Teaching a dog to stay involves 4 components. Duration, that means how long can they do it. Distance, how far away from them can you get. Distraction, what level of distraction can they stay through. And the 4th one is sight, moving out of sight. So when people teach their dog to stay, there's 2 really big mistakes they make, and this is why the majority of dogs do not have a reliable stay. The first is they push the dog to failure. We are so excited to see how far away we can get and how cool it is to watch them stay. People keep adding distance until the dog fails. There is no gold medal. It doesn't matter if you cut it shorter than what they could have done. Trying to find their limit by pushing them to failure is going to make your training harder. So you want your dog to be failing less than 30% of the time. The second thing is they don't consistently release their dog. If the dog gets up and they're kind of done doing whatever it was they wanted them to stay for anyway, they don't care and the dog wanders away. Unfortunately, that has just taught the dog that they can release themselves. So training the release and the release word is just as important as training the stay. How we're going to do it is we're going to begin with duration. I'm going to see if she can do a 10-second sit stay, and then I will toss a treat to release her. So Betty, sit. Yes. Remember, I used my correct marker. Stay. The stay hand signal is like the police officer stopping traffic. Okay. And then I release and give a treat. Oh, good girl. Okay, go ahead and stop. Sit. Yes. Stay. Counting to 10 in my head. Okay. I'm going to toss a treat and move to practice the release. Betty, sit. Yes. Stay.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and stop it. Betty, sit. Betty, sit. Yes. Stay. All right. As I begin to move, I'm not going to walk in a full circle around her. I'm going to begin in a U-turn. The hardest part for them is when you walk behind them. So I'm just going to start curving my body in front of her. Sit. Stay. If she breaks, I quickly give her the incorrect marker, put her back in. I return to her. Okay, and release. Always return to your dog on the release. Go ahead and stop it.